Today we will be talking about models and inference and what does it mean when we say that models generate content and tokens and all of that. So we'll start off with a simple demo to highlight all of these different aspects of a model. In general, a model is a set of trained data sets. So it's trained on a particular amount of data. What you're seeing here is a drop down of some of the self-hosted models that I have available on my laptop. We'll be using the Gemma 3 270M million parameter model for this demo. Now, the Gemma 3 270M is a model from Google, and it 270 million parameters is considered pretty small in the world of models and domain in general. So what we are doing here, we're asking a question: what is the capital of France? And we expect the model to generate a response. So the response will be generated on the data that is fed into this model. The model was trained on certain amounts of data, and on the basis of that data, we would see responses. So let's generate responses. And what you're seeing here is a few more parameters when we are generating the response. First parameter you see is temperature. What does temperature mean? Temperature, the amount of creativity that the model is allowed to have. Lower temperatures mean lower creativity. Higher temperatures means higher creativity. Max tokens, how many tokens the responses should be limited to, because you get billed for the number of tokens that you use for responses. And variations, as in when it generates a response, a model in general, when it's generating responses, has multiple options that it can choose. And it chooses one of them. So we are asking the model to share what kind of options were available to it when it was generating this response. So as you can see, the response that I generated was 6 tokens. The capital of France is Paris. And the way the tokens get generated, it generates the first token, and then it guesses what should be the second token, and then the second and the third and so on. It goes in that sequence per se. So it generated this response with 100% confidence. It was 100% confident that the capital of France is Paris. Now let's try to confuse the model. Let's try to give it conflicting information. So it already has information which tells it the capital of France is Paris. What we are doing here, we are trying to change or confuse the model and introduce this prompt injection, which we'll talk of prompt injection later. Basically, that's one of the attacks possible in this new space of Gen AI. Now we are introducing this confusion in the model that the capital of France is New York, and we say generate, and now the model got confused. With 80% confidence, it changed its opinion from Paris to New York just because of the prompts that we provided. Now this confusion occurred for a few reasons. Number one, it's a small model. It doesn't have enough data to counter someone who's giving it conflicting information from the prompt. So it doesn't have enough data to base its response. Let's take it a step forward, and we pass it in a lot of data, right, confusing it more, and we generate our response, and we still get New York is the capital of France. It's confused, but it still has 80% confidence on the new, but it still has this doubt that maybe what I'm saying is wrong because I do have other information. And then we pass in more information, right? And this time what we expect is, with 100% confidence, it told you that that the capital of France is New York. That's basically what we're talking of confidence, of the kind of variations that occur when it is generating responses. The lack of intelligence in generating a response. So a model is completely based on the training data that what data is passed to it and what data is being provided to it, and it takes decisions based on these two data sets. Now, say we take this data set which caused Gemma 3 270M to be completely confused, and it couldn't understand what it is responding, and we pass it on to a bigger model. Say we take the Gemma 4B, there's just 4 billion parameters. It's like, yeah, it's 16 times larger than the 270M model. So it has much more information. So now let's run this one. And we don't expect this model to get confused because it has a lot more information backing the facts that the capital of France is Paris than Gemma 3 270M. And as you can see, it responds with 100% confidence despite all of the confusion that we try to create, that the capital of France is Paris. And this is because it's all on the training data. It's got a lot of training data. It's 16 times larger than Gemma 3 270M. So of course the training data size is much more, and it didn't get confused with this particular prompt injection attack that we tried to do on this particular model. Another thing that we should know is this process wherein you ask a model a particular prompt and generates a response called inference. This term does come up a few times when we are dealing with AI and models. So it's important to know that inference is the process of getting a response from a pre-trained model. Yeah, that's it for this demo. Thank you.